And we're back, baby. We are back. Episode 20, I think. I think this is number 20. Scam Podcast. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. I'm Josh. That's Malcolm. Thank you for everybody that's been showing love and support. We got a bunch of new subscribers over the weekend. That is much appreciated. If you're not subscribing to the channel, it's Scam Podcast, 2 words, on YouTube. Go follow right now. If you're watching on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Audible, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Radio Public. You can find us on all those places for the audio only. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at @scam_podcast. And follow us on Twitch. Me and Malcolm will be doing some streaming of NHL and probably some other games as the year goes on. It's scam_podcast on Twitch. Check that out. I've been live streaming my balls off. So people seem to be enjoying it. Been making some
Your
some
balls
friends.
or the streaming?
A little bit of both, you know?
Yeah.
What have you been up to, Malcolm? How you doing? How you doing hanging in there over there in Colorado?
I'm doing great. The town next to me is burning down. It's very apocalyptic. I drove through today and I was like, I'm not a big fan of the mask wearing, but I'm like, fuck, I need a mask.
Yeah, I need it.
And this cloth one's not cutting it.
No.
But yeah, it smells like campfire constantly. I sent you that picture.
Yeah.
It's gotten worse. I guess it's like in one of the, before it was like coming down from the mountains, but now it's it's fucking in one of the towns next to me. Luckily, the town I live in is not very wooded. It's like just out of the zone where shit would probably burn down. So
yeah,
you know, when everybody else's house burned down, it's probably raised my property value. So
that's true. That's literally how it, like, it's so crazy. I watched this video on Twitter a few years back when California was having it real bad. It literally, like, the trees like reach over because it's like a living thing, you know. It's it wants more oxygen, it wants more material to burn. So like in California, the trees were literally bending over out of somebody's backyard, and the flames are pulling the branches onto another like surface to catch to continue burning. You know, like it's looking for oxygen, it's looking for.
It was
energy.
like straight until like the other day we had like 80-mile-per-hour winds, dude, and it
just whipping all over the place.
Oh, dude,
yeah,
stoked it.
There's a pitcher, Dallas Braden, he used to pitch for the A's. And he showed his backyard. He lives in Oakland, or I guess he lives in Southern California. He used to pitch for the Oakland A's, but I guess he lives in Southern California. The line stopped in his backyard. They had to evacuate. And when they went back thinking like, oh, our house definitely burnt down, there was like a line around his hot tub, like where it's all brown, and it just ended. Just stopped right there, which is insane.
Let me see.
But let's hop right into it. What's up?
Hold on. I think I can find there's some pretty...
a good picture.
Yeah, let me share my screen.
Share it up.
Let's see.
Any day now. We're just
gotta hit share.
There we go.
And that's not what I was looking for, but
nope.
Okay.
Not fragile like a flower, fragile like a bomb.
I tell you
49% off.
This screen's not working.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I see that.
Oh, there we go. Here's some good ones. Yeah, it's pretty.
Luckily, you only have stuff open for the IRS and not Pornhub.
Yeah. Yeah. But they're definitely asking questions about that. But yeah, it's getting pretty gnarly. I mean, this is fucking
yikes.
Yeah, it's big, dude. It's like getting that orange fucking San Francisco hue to it too.
Yeah.
So,
how far away is it from you?
This?
Yeah.
Fucking 15 miles.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, we're just out of the zone where I have like fresh air, but like I went to Walmart earlier and I thought I was gonna die. It's pretty sweet.
Looking gnarly, man. It's looking gnarly. Looks like it like how it is in Florida here, where like a really bad storm's coming in.
This one's pretty good. This is a fucking gnarly one.
It looks like the end of the world.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm hoping for it.
All right, let's get out of there. Let's get out of there. And let's get into these emails. So thank you, everybody, for reaching out for the emails. We want to start with this one. First of all, if you want to email us, podcastscam@gmail.com. We really do appreciate everybody that's reached out. But we got one in particular of was it 2 or 3 episodes ago?
Something like that.
Yeah. And we got one, and it was about a guy who he slept with someone, a girl at work, and things got weird. And
they went to the bar to discuss policy.
And I think they were doing scheduling, I think is what he said.
I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
A couple fucking daiquiris in, and all of a sudden
I don't think it's that crazy. I've gotten drinks with coworkers before. I don't think that's that nuts.
Yeah,
You got to have a little self-control.
so
No, you just have to have a little self-control. You know what I mean? Especially the guy has a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. exactly.
so
That's what I'm saying.
what are you saying? Explain what you're saying. I don't get what you're saying.
I mean, he's walking into the lion's den. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean he's playing with fire for sure, but you got to, like I said, you have to have the self-control. Maybe he's just a weak man. I don't know. I don't want to call him names.
Jesus,
You know,
yeah.
but
That's crushing puss. You're calling him a weak man.
well, he sent us an update. Malcolm was asking for an update, and the people answered. Malcolm, people answered. Still didn't give the name, which is I don't blame him. This is what he said. He said, "I waited for you guys. I waited to give you."
If his girlfriend's listened to this and found it, then
you know what I was thinking about? You know what I was thinking about? A few episodes before, a girl did email us and said, "I found out my boyfriend was cheating on me. What's the best revenge?" Remember that? Maybe it's the same two people. That'd
be wild.
Very, very doubtful. But so he said, waited to give you guys an update because the situation is ongoing. But here's a quick preview. Coworker felt guilty, reached out over to my girlfriend over Instagram and told her everything.
Oh my God.
Me and my girlfriend have broke up, and I hooked up with the coworker again a few days later. She didn't feel bad. She was just trying to get what she wanted. We'll give you guys more detailed update in a few weeks when this all comes crashing down in flames.
Wait, this isn't crashing down in flames.
I guess he could lose his job.
I guess he really didn't care about that girlfriend.
No, I guess not. But shout out to you, bro. Glad you know what I mean.
And I see he didn't take any of the advice because he's still banging.
Yeah. We're like, don't do it. Don't shit where you eat. We don't recommend it. Don't do that again. You have to have more self-control. And this is what this guy's like. Well, I just dumped that chick, and now I'm banging
sleeping with her. Yeah, actively.
That's what probably happened. He's like, she reached out to her over Instagram.
So how do you feel about that move? I
hate that move.
The reach out over Instagram, selling you out.
The worst.
It is
you were 50% guilty in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you committed a crime and then your buddy reached out to the police and was like, "Hey, me and my friend robbed the bank." It's like, what?
Can you put him in jail and I'm just going to keep the money?
Yeah, exactly. That's basically what she did.
I think that's a coward move. Yeah, it's like
big time coward move, especially if you're going to keep banging the dude. Come on.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's why.
Shout out to you, dude.
That's all. That's probably like 60% of social media uses: finding chicks, getting caught cheating.
There's the epidemic right now. The pandemic right now is COVID, but the epidemic is dudes that stuck at home, accidentally liking ass photos and getting yelled at by their girlfriend. That's a problem right now. You're stuck at home.
I'm guessing you're having some problems.
No, not me. But you're stuck at home, you know what I mean? You're scrolling through, and then she's on the couch right next to you. You know what I'm saying? She's on Instagram too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you click that photo, it pops up in her thing. Like, wait a minute, why'd you like this bitch's picture? You know,
tell your girl better take some photos, start doctoring some shit. You know what I'm saying? Half those photos are fucking fake, anyways.
You know what? I've noticed a lot of my friends on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, like on my personal accounts. A lot of them that were in relationships in January don't seem to be in relationships anymore. Yeah. It's like once you start spending a ton of time with your significant other, you're like, I hate this motherfucker.
Yeah, my chick's been stuck overseas, so I've had the complete opposite. It's fucking
yeah. Well, we'll see if that changes here in the coming weeks. So not to give too much away, but we'll see. Yeah. So we'll go to the next email. We got quite a few emails. This was honestly, again, guys, thank you everybody for the support. We had we had 17 new subscribers this weekend. Or this week, we got a ton more views. We're averaging like 200 downloads an episode, 100 to 200 downloads every episode now. So we're slightly climbing.
Not on the YouTube. We'd like
not on the YouTube for whatever reason. Yeah,
I mean, even if you don't watch it, just turn it on. Give us the view.
Yeah, we gained the subscribers. We haven't gained the views yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I think that part of that is with podcasts. It's easier for me personally. I know you're someone that watches the podcasts. I'm someone that. The way I take it is audio because I'm usually, playing video games or driving or something, and it's just easier to do it audio. Or I'm doing other things on my phone. You know what I mean? So for me, it's
I still watch it while I'm driving. I don't really watch it. The YouTube shit it's just easier to throw on for me. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, again, for everybody that is, exactly. If you're listening to the audio only, just go follow us on the YouTube. Subscribe.
Maybe
they're
not viewing because of my lack of diversity with the colors of my shirt.
Yeah, they're back to gray. I see both of us.
Black,
we're super boring.
Black and gray shirts matter. Okay.
Yeah, all shirts matter. Wait. You know what's funny is you made like a slightly racist joke, but what I said was worse because I said all shirts matter. How did that happen?
Why is that racist? I'm talking about a fucking shirt.
Yeah, okay, we know what you meant.
Yeah, your fucking dog whistle. That's always the key thing. If you're like somebody saying nothing racist, it's a fucking racist dog whistle. Okay.
Yeah, they can manipulate it into any way.
Which is the hilarious part is like, they go, they go, this is what racists are looking for. They know what they're talking about. It's like, well, how do you know what they're talking about?
Because what's funny, the person saying that's always some like 45-year-old white woman who's never experienced racism in her life.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Clutching her fucking purse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to go to the hood and buy drugs. Okay. All right. If you done that, I support the community.
All right.
I got a story about you.
I had. No, I was about to say I had something to go with that, but I just don't even want to get into that territory on this.
I was telling this is off top.
Well, hey, wait. Let's wrap up the emails. There's some good ones in here. And but hold that thought though, because we do have. I want to talk about some stuff after, but we gotta get through these emails real quick. This one's a good one. I don't think I read this whole one yet, so I heard your. All right, this person, most of the time I read them wrong. I don't know what this means. I heard your email about sex in public place. I think they meant podcast. And I wanted to share my experience. One time I was trying to schedule a time to hook up with this guy who worked all the time. And at the time, we both lived with our parents. So to make it work, I met him at his job. He did valet for a 5-star hotel in the middle of downtown.
Oh, God, you savages.
We were hooking up in someone's van that valeted at the hotel.
I knew it was coming.
Unfortunately, since it happened so quickly, someone saw him being a little rough kissing me and throwing me into the back of the van and called the cops.
Get the fuck. This can't be real.
Luckily, when they showed up, we were done and fully clothed, explained the situation, and nothing came of it. But he was fired a few days later because the police told the front desk person what happened.
His lack of longevity, I guess, came in handy on that one, huh?
So that wasn't even a question. That was just someone sharing a story. And we asked for stuff like that. So again, you don't have to ask us a question. You can just tell us about something relevant we talked about that happened to you and you want to share, because we love to hear that shit, because that's great. That's fucking great.
Would you do that?
I was going to say, I don't want to say too much, but I did get...
No, not in the car, in somebody else's car.
Yeah, I probably would. Why not?
You would?
If I worked valet, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, I guess if a chick was about it, we'd be like, no, I'm all right.
Yeah, they're never going to know, My thing was like, is it your car in the parking lot though? He might have had like he might have had like a 2-door fucking Civic or something. You know what I mean?
This guy's
Not
picking up a car
space.
from fucking space E5, trying to bang one out in between.
I can just picture him in valet though. He knows like she's on her way. He's trying to like plot it out like while he's at work, and he sees the van pull up and some other guy's walking. He's like, hey, John, no, I got this one. I got this one.
What if the other guy took it and then banged his chick?
It was weird. He was wearing his shirt over his head, and I saw his name tag in his outfit though. It must have been him. Yeah. His dick was a bit bigger, but Anyways,
that feels like some kind of weird prostitution. I don't know. Just the exchanging of keys, and there's a woman involved. There's a car.
Well, could you imagine like those people that called the cops? What they saw? They just see like this dude like grabbing this chick and just throwing her in the back of a van.
Who's valeting their fucking van?
It was at a hotel. So it could have been people like driving cross country. You know what I mean? Like on a vacation.
I don't know about all that.
What are you talking about? If you go on a vacation, you drive the trip with like a family.
What if
that's the worst part? That's the worst part. They fucked in the back, and it was probably a kids that were sitting in the back of the van. You know
what if that van was like a rapist van?
He was like perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right, fucking framed him.
Yeah, he's got cameras on the car. It's on
my girlfriend, but yeah.
Well, what I was gonna say is that something similar happened to me. I was like, I think 16 or 17, and we went to a secluded area, and all of a sudden, just I look up, just a cop with a flashlight. Yeah, that was a little embarrassing. And he was a dick about it too. He's like, "Oh, you think you just own this area? You think you can just do whatever you want out here?" I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much."
I own the inside of this car.
Yeah. I was like, "There's a crackhead sleeping like 40 feet over there, like
Yeah, right.
Probably has drugs on him.
And if you think he's not getting fucking something done to him or doing something to somebody on the streets, you're crazy.
And he's not even in a car, man. He's out in public, with shit in his pants. No, anyways, that's not fun to make fun of homeless people, but
It is.
Trust
me, they're not watching.
Did you see that thing in the it was floating around the news? So they did like I don't remember what city it was. I want to say Chicago, but that doesn't seem right. They have like this statue on a park bench, and it's Jesus, and he has You saw that? He looks like a homeless person. He has like a blanket on him. And the first day they put it out, people were getting the police were getting tons of calls about a homeless guy sleeping in the park. It's like it's Jesus, man.
This guy won't fucking move.
He's been there for 2 days. He might be dead.
Kind of still statuesque.
All right. We'll move on to the next one. You guys seem to be pretty big sports fans. I once went to the World Cup. What is the biggest sporting event you have ever been to? Hank, thank you, Hank.
I think I went to a playoff Magic game like when I was young. Maybe. I can't remember. But besides that,
you went to a few good Florida football games. They played Alabama once.
Tons of those, yeah. But yeah, when they play Alabama, they just get fucking smoked.
Yeah. I had that great picture of you when you were on TV.
Yeah.
You're doing the Gator chant.
Yeah. It's probably the last time I shaved my fucking beard.
Yeah, you were like I think your hair was short too. You're pretty much bald. You look like a Nazi.
I go, back and forth with the fade.
Yeah, say I'm about to get my haircut here.
Oh yeah,
next couple. Yeah, my sister
Lorenzo Lamas.
No, my sister's getting married, so I got to clean it up a little bit.
Who's the homeless guy in the photo?
Yeah, I'm the one marrying them. Remember, I'm officiating the wedding, so I can't be up there looking like Jesus.
Yeah, that'd be I guess I mean, shouldn't you look like Jesus, right?
Yeah, I'm a holy man. I'm wearing the little white whatever that's called. I don't even know the collar.
Yeah.
Let's see. I went to the World Series in 2018. I got
oh yeah,
I'm actually wearing the World Series hat right now, and then there you go, World Series champs. I went to game 1 and 2 at Fenway, Dodgers, Red Sox. When I was real little, my mom's side of the family is all from Ireland. One of her cousins came down because the World Cup was in Orlando. I was like 3 or 4 years old. And Ireland played in Orlando. We went to the World Cup, but I don't remember that shit. And
that'd be tight. Go to the World Cup.
Yeah, it would. Well, it's coming back in I think 2026.
Honestly, I think I'd rather go to like a game overseas in like the UK or something where there's hooligans and real fucking rowdy.
Whenever I take that Europe trip, I'm definitely gonna try to hit a few soccer games while I'm out there. But yeah, the World Series. I went to 2 games of the World Series, World Cup. Never been to the NBA Finals. Never been to the Super Bowl. I've never even been to a playoff. Have you ever been to an NFL playoff game?
Honestly, I've been to a couple NFL games, and I don't dig it.
No, me either.
I think it's better on TV.
But the other thing is though, some of the ones we've gone to. I know you've gone to a few other stadiums, but some of the ones we've gone to, they've been here in Florida, where it's just brutally hot. Like at Raymond James, there's no cover. It's just brutally hot.
I'll tell you, I remember one we went to see the Red Sox and the Rays. And if you guys haven't been to the fucking Tropicana, the Slop Trop, dude, it's the worst stadium in the world, dude.
Yeah, worst stadium in any sport. It is. But the one thing that's dope,
it doubles as a housing project.
Yeah, I don't want it to ever be. I don't want them to ever get a new stadium because it's great right now. I drive an hour out there. I get tickets whenever the Red Sox are in town. I get tickets for $10, and I can sit as close as I want because none of their fans go to their games, and it's a dump, So that's fine with me. Remember that one year where the guy just gave me tickets where you met me there, and I just was like, hey, this guy just gave me 2 tickets, and I had an extra one, and some guy's like, I'll buy you a beer if you give me your ticket. I was like, there you go. So
that's one thing about Florida. The I don't know, the team spirit's not as high as it could be.
When the Magic are good, they have a good fan base. Orlando City, the MLS soccer team, which is shocking, they sell out.
The biggest fan base.
I know, that's crazy.
Florida.
When the Dolphins are good, people turn out, but they haven't been good in a while. Bucks are hit or miss. Bucks are completely hit. When the Bucks are good, they sell out, and then when they're not, like right now, if the stadium was open, they'd sell out every game because Brady is there. So there's fans there. It's just like you have to get them to come to the stadium. They need a new stadium. Raymond, like we said before, Raymond James, there's no cover, so it's just the sun just beating down on you during the game. It's like, why would you want to go through that? And it's expensive as fuck. So it's like, they need like an indoor stadium.
But to be selling out soccer games like in America,
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
And then the crowds get rowdy there too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of the better crowds in the MLS. So let's move on. But yeah, so that's our answer. Another one similar to sports here. You guys talk about gambling a lot and do picks on your show. What's the most you have lost or won gambling? Like biggest single bet, I would say. From Corey. Thank you, Corey.
I can't think of any crazy single bets as far as sports. I don't get crazy high stakes. I mean, a couple $100 here and there. I've won a lot playing online poker.
Yeah.
I hit like, I think in one day or 1 or 2 days in Thailand, I mean, I took home like $3,000 between like a couple games. That's really my shit. But it takes dedication.
It does, and patience.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've hit a couple $2,000-$3,000 parlays every now and then, like maybe once a year or something. I'll hit a big one like that. I probably win more than I lose, just because I do a lot of small bets with parlays or good odds that when they hit, that makes up for 5 or 6 bets I lost. You know what I mean? So like right now for the NFL season, I'm up quite a bit. I'm probably up like $1,200 right now for the NFL season. But the one thing I can think of, as far as I don't know about the biggest amount lost, but a bad beat I can think of that happened. Remember when we were in Vegas, and I bet like a 7-game parlay or something, and one of them I had Iowa State. It was on Christmas Day, Iowa State basketball -3. Okay, the other team is down by 4 points. Okay, they shoot there's like 5 seconds left. They come down, they shoot a 3, and they miss. The game is over. The guy gets the rebound, and instead of trying to pass it out to shoot a 3 again, just takes the layup and puts it in. Well, it was like still in his fingertips. It shouldn't have counted, but they counted it, and because that basket didn't matter for the game, they didn't review it. You know what I mean? They're just like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. It counts. The game's over. They're up. They win by 2, and I lose my bet. So that was one of the. I remember that when it happened. We were in the we watched the end of the game in the sports book at the Rio. You know what I'm about to say, right? Where as soon as the game ended, the guy just threw a chair. He just threw a chair across the Rio sportsbook, got kicked out like as soon as it happened. He's like, what the fuck?
I remember that trip. I went up big on the blackjack table and didn't even know it because I was so trashed. I was insulting this guy, the dealer, and I thought they were like dollar chips or something. They were like $100 chips. I was up like $3,000, didn't even know it.
And I was just
drinking Jack and Cokes in one hand, had a straight up bottle in the other hand.
Oh yeah. That's what's cool about Vegas. They really do not give a fuck what you do. So
yeah, as long as you're gambling, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. All right. On to the next one here. This is the last one, I think. Let me double check. I haven't checked it today, so let me see if there's any other ones. But I believe that's the last one. Yep, that's the last one. All right, so this one's interesting. It says, what's the worst you have ever been caught? Oh, you know what? Rewind. I'll have to edit that part out because I want to read you the story first and then ask you the question. I kind of ruined it. But I was talking to a girl at a bar. She was gorgeous. We were kissing in the bar. Things were going smooth. I walked to the other side of the bar to get us drinks, and when I come back, she's gone. Turns out, as a gag, my best mate told her I had the clap and to stay away from me.
Brutal.
I've never forgiven him for this and still think about the one that got away. I think her name was Cynthia. Cynthia, if you're out there, hit me up. Ethan from Australia.
Fucking guy. The one that got away. Can't even remember her name.
No, I think it was Cynthia. I like that little part at the end, though. Cynthia, hit me up.
How many times were you caught in college fucking...
Well, that's the question. What's the worst you've ever been cock blocked?
Oh, cock block? Oh,
yeah.
There's some real fucking... I'm not going to say too much about the situations and shit, but there's just some guys out there that just, they don't like it,
They live
dude.
for it. They live for it.
This one guy that I worked with in North Dakota, he was notorious for it. I mean, he actually like reveled in the infamy from it. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? If anything, like, you gotta support the team.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're not going to get it, you got to make sure your boy goes home with something.
Yeah, be the wingman, you know?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like they said, Gretzky, he scored the most goals of all time, but he also has the most assists, baby. You got to set up the apple, There's one time.
Do you have any active friends that are like cock blocks?
I don't really No, I don't really have a situation. Like, well, no, I mean, I probably do, but I wouldn't find out right now. I don't really
Yeah,
go out
yeah.
and do any of that kind of shit anymore. But
That's true.
the one situation I can think of right off the top of my head, we're at like a house party. I'm completely hammered. And my buddy knows this because I've been like throwing up in the back or whatever, you know. And this chick is like wanders outside. We just start talking and we just like hit it off. She gives me her number. I'm like, I might get lucky tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like things are going smooth here. And we're sitting on the back porch and like I go in to like get a drink and I come back and of course my friend that I'm with is out there talking to her and I'm like trying to like shoo him away. Like, yo, it's like let's give us some privacy here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Back the fuck up.
yeah, he finally takes the hint and he leaves. And I'm like I went and got a drink and I come back and I'm like trying to hold it together or whatever. And she's like, you know, actually, as soon as I sit down, she's like, actually, I think I gotta go, you know, blah blah blah. And I'm like, so what the fuck just happened while I was inside, right? Come to find out, he went up to her and he was like, you know that he's hammered, like blacked out. He was just throwing up outside. Like why would you tell her that?
Yeah.
Why would you tell her that?
Yeah.
So of course she's like, "Oh, I look like an idiot. I'm the girl at the party talking to the guy who was throwing up outside," which she was.
Oh my god.
Which she was, to be fair. Could you imagine being at a party and you seeing some guy yakking out back, and then like he's like, now that girl's talking to what's going on? So yeah, but I mean,
this one dude in North Dakota, I remember actually now there's a dude. He was in the hotel room with the girl, but they shared a hotel room. So he's like banging on the door. Like I understand, like it's your bed, but like
Yeah.
you know, go kick rocks for an hour, dude.
yeah, man.
I
We can
mean,
send it to dry cleaning after. We can send the cleaning lady up. You know,
it's ridiculous.
crazy. Yeah, some people just they're selfish, man. If they can't get it, nobody can, kind of deal. I'm not that kind of.
And if
guy,
you are an
personally.
active cock block, write in and tell us why you do
yeah, explain to us
your rationale.
Your rationale, exactly. But yeah, so that's the emails. Thank you guys. Let me make sure. Yes, that is all of the emails that I have right now. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you guys. Much appreciated. If you want to email like those fine people did, podcastscam at gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us some crazy stories. Ask us whatever you want to ask us. But thanks again. So let's roll right into the next thing here before we get started. I wanted to, I wish I could play the clip, but we definitely can't. So there's a Players Tribune. You know what the Players Tribune is?
Yeah.
Okay. So Players Tribune, for those that don't know, is a website where the players of different professional sports, they can write in and give like their opinion on things. Like instead of having to hear it through an agent or a source or a journalist, they can just put their story straight out to the public. And Brandon Marshall, ex-wide receiver, in the NFL wide receiver, he has like this little show where he has like a nice dinner and like drinks with ex-athletes, right? So this clip they showed the other day, it's Brandon Marshall, some girl, I'm not sure who she is, who is a professional athlete, Fred Taylor, who used to play for the Jaguars and the Gators, and Ocho Cinco. All right, you with me?
Mm-hmm.
And this other guy, which I have no idea who he was. And they're all talking, and the girl asks, like, so, you know, what did you eat on the road? So Brandon Marshall, did you eat on the road, like when your wife wasn't like there to cook for you or whatever? Like, how did you cope? You're on the road so much. And Brandon Marshall is like about to answer the question, and so one of the other guys goes, well, you know, it's not like that's the only chick. When we on the road, we go hotel to hotel. We just we can pick up. You know what I'm saying? And everyone immediately, the rest of them are like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I never heard of that. And Fred Taylor is like, cut, delete this, or whatever, right? And the guy's like not getting the hint that these guys don't want to talk about this, you know?
Yeah.
So he's like, no, man, you know what I'm saying? Like we go every hotel after the game. We go and there's girls just outside. You go and you pick one, bring her upstairs.
So wait, this is Ocho Cinco or Fred Taylor? Who?
This is why you got to pay attention, man. This is why you got to pay attention. Because now I have to repeat it for the audience because you were, you know, busy doing whatever you were doing. Don't worry, I'll edit it out. So there's a group of NFL players that used to play in the NFL for the Players Tribune. They're having dinner. They have a show where they have dinner and drinks and they talk to each other. This is some other guy, don't know who he is, talking to Brandon Marshall, Fred Taylor, and Ocho. Well, it's important to the story, the context of the story. You need to know this guy is a different guy than Ocho Cinco, Fred Taylor, and Brandon Marshall. There's also a woman professional athlete who I'm not sure who she is either.
Fuck.
So the guy just keeps going with this. and you can tell Ocho Cinco, Brandon Marshall, and Fred Taylor do not want to talk about it, right? They do not want.
no
They're like,
shit.
yeah. And he's like, no, man, you go down to the lobby, you pick the chick up, everybody gets some, it's a good time, blah 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 blah. And then Fred Taylor's like, I'm not even going there, I'm a
He
married
must be
man
the
or whatever.
only one not married there.
What's great is Ocho Cinco. He goes, damn, for real? When did they do that? I didn't know they did that. When did they do that? I didn't know they did that. I've never seen that, And they're all like, come on. And then this guy, like I said, he's just not getting it. He's like, oh, Joe, you telling me you never went to after a game and there's all those groupies and you come in, everybody bangs them, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, nope, no, what you're talking about. And you can tell Brandon Marshall's face. He's like, what is this guy doing?
He's got a relatively clean public image, too.
Exactly. So, Brandon Marshall?
Yeah, I mean, besides like the temper tantrums, but
or beating up his girlfriend.
Yeah, whatever.
Smoking weed.
It's on Showtime.
Yeah.
Or it was on Showtime.
So yeah, but it was just so funny. It was like, the thing is though, obviously that happens with every sport. Obviously that happens with every team. But my thing is like, how did he think that they would want to even discuss that? All of them are married. You know what I mean?
He's insane.
All of them, exactly. And it's just like, we know it's like an unspoken thing. So my question to you was, how easy do you think it is for these guys?
Oh, like shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah.
We had a buddy, and he played Division I football.
You can't tell that story, but you can't tell any story.
I'm not telling a story, but I'm just saying he told me it's even in Division I football.
Because he may make an appearance here, and we don't want to
no,
put a face to the name. You know what I mean?
He just said it's nuts. It's crazy. I mean, the things women will do for sports athletes is pretty nuts.
Yeah. You got to think, though, it's the other way around for like Instagram models and these girls that these guys are just like, the word they use now is like simping, where like these girls, they post these pictures and there's guys immediately like, I'll drink your bath water. I'll, send me your used panties. It's like guys, it goes both ways. It's just for the women's side, rather, it's the athletes, these women just, they lust for them, man. And they just, they're crazy, dude. They're crazy.
Yeah.
They're crazy. I've seen some things online, like these stories, and it was like talking about how this one chick knew she was dating this NBA player, and she knew that he was married and had a girlfriend, and she was comfortable being the third girlfriend. Like,
of course.
like if if you're mad at number one and number two is not answering her phone, I'm okay being number three. And that was like loyal. She was loyal to him. I think she posted the story about like why she thinks it's normal for her to be in this like monogamous, or not monogamous, the opposite of monogamous polyamorous relationship, which I think is batshit crazy. But whatever, if it works for you, it works for you. I'm not gonna kink shame. Yeah, free gifts. Get your bills paid for. You get to have some fun. And
I mean, in my younger days, if I could have did it, I would have did it. Fucking A, dude.
Yeah.
There's an expiration date, so get it while you can.
Yeah, absolutely. So what did you want to talk about?
I wonder what the oldest group is. Like, you know what I'm saying? That she's just around, she's around the circuit, and they're like, "Damn, girl, you still doing this shit?" It probably like, she's still kind of hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'd probably be like someone from like.
It'd be wild if it was like a generational athlete, like his dad was in the league and his dad banged her too.
I'm sure that's happened. That's definitely happened. Yeah. I was thinking more like,
could you imagine if a chick was like, "Yeah, your dad was better"? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's something like that has definitely happened. I was thinking more like the Grateful Dead, like one of those groupies where it's like the same dude's been banging that chick for every time they come to Seattle, they've banged her since the 70s.
Yes. Some chick.
There's Tanya again.
Too much acid. She's just stuck in some fucking. Bro, I'm telling you, music festival, you meet some fucking freaks out there, dude.
Yeah.
I remember meeting this one guy. What the fuck was his name, dude? It was some wild fucking name, dude.
Like,
Sugar Bear. That was his name, dude.
Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear had all the drugs.
Yeah. Shocker.
Yeah. Dude, you literally say his name, dude, and he would just like pop up. You're like, whoa, where'd you come from?
Like fucking Beetlejuice, just like popping up out of nowhere.
And it's crazy, like, it's all fun and games and stuff. And then you like dive a little too deep, a little below the surface. And you're like, "Hey, yeah, where you from?" Where he's like, "Oh, I just been traveling festival to festival for the last 2 years." Like, whoa, bro.
Reminds me of the dude what's his name, like Kai, that like was on the news and ended up like killing somebody with an axe. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You never seen that? It's like a viral video from like 5-6 years, maybe even for longer than that. Dude had here. Let me find a picture of him. You just type in like Kai,
Kai.
yeah, axe or something. He basically hitchhiker that popped up right away. So he was on the news, right? And he had like he was like a bystander in like a murder. He like stopped like a crime from happening. This guy right here.
Oh
And then
God.
he ended up going to jail. He ended up going to jail for like a crime of his own. Look at this him reenacting. He's like smash, smash, smash. You know, I can't believe you've never seen.
Oh,
that
dude,
video,
I do
man.
remember seeing this.
Okay, there we go. There we go. I was gonna say I'd be surprised if you'd never seen.
That's
never
old
seen it.
though, huh?
It is old. It is old. And he's currently serving a 57-year sentence for beating a lawyer to death. Beating the death of a New Jersey man almost 6 years ago. Convicted 30-year-old Caleb Kai McGilvary in the death of a 73-year-old lawyer. He gained some online fame after intervening in a 2012 assault on a California utility worker, in which he described using a hatchet to fend off a further attack.
Yeah. Nobody was like, "Hey, bro, why you got that hatchet, dog?"
Yeah. So he ended up killing somebody else. So he wasn't a stranger to murder.
Yeah, probably wasn't his first time either.
Yeah, no kidding. That's just the first one he got fucking caught for. What did you want to talk about earlier before the emails? And I was like, hold that thought.
Oh, it was just one of our crazy days. I was talking to our friend, and she brought up her brother, and it was like that crazy time we went to like Wet and Wild or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 7 a.m, kind of stayed up all night partying, and I was just I can't really bring up the details of it, but it was fun. It was funny to reminisce about it because her brother's getting out of jail and all this shit, and it was just interesting to think about it because it was like, Jesus, some of the shit we did.
Yeah, I mean everyone once you get to out of college and a few years
That story
by,
in particular is not. I don't think it.
I think it is. I think that people
a common
have
one.
I don't know if it's common, but I think people have stories like that more than you would realize, because think about it, we don't even want to tell that story. You know what I mean? That's not a story you really tell.
Yeah.
So.
That'd be a good website or kind of thread thing, just like fucking drug stories or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Wild party nights.
So speaking of things, our friends we had in the past, some of our friends do watch and listen to the show. Some of our personal friends. And I did have one reach out to me, this is fucking great, right? So we were talking last episode about the guy that found his ex-girlfriend's video on Pornhub.
Oh man,
remember that?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's so crazy.
So I had a buddy of mine, right, that it was a different thing for him. He broke up with this chick. She was very like promiscuous, like before they started dating, and even when they were dating, he was like, "Yeah, she's probably cheating on me." She's very like free love kind of girl. And then afterwards,
for like 10 minutes, like, where the fuck you been?
Yeah. Well, he was like madly in love with her, or whatever. He's gonna watch this, so he's gonna know. But he took the breakup hard. This was, almost 10 years ago. But he told me like a few years later, he found out she was doing porn. Like legit,
God.
not like the girl from last episode where she was just in a compilation video off of someone's phone.
Yeah.
This was like legit professional studio.
She had an agent.
Exactly. Yeah. But he got a link to like one of her videos. Like a friend was like, "Is this your ex-girlfriend or whatever?" So he watches the video and it starts out. It's two chicks like making out, and they're like, rubbing each other's tits and doing all this stuff or whatever. And he's like, "This isn't so bad. This is actually kind of hot, right?" And then he's like, he's like from off camera, all of a sudden the biggest dong you've ever seen, just like just comes right in, into the frame, and she just starts going to town. He's like, "Okay, I'm done with
that." That reminds me, when I was in college.
That time you sucked that huge dong. That reminds you of that.
Yeah, that reminds me of that one chick that was doing porn when we were in Gainesville.
Oh yeah,
everybody was chanting her porn name at the pool, dude. Yeah. But no, I was working at a Carrabba's with this one chick, and she was cool and shit, and we had like hooked up or whatever. And then I so vividly remember, like, I don't know if I was quitting the job or whatever, or like I was like, "What are you gonna do after this?" And she was like, "I'm gonna do porn." I was like, "Okay,
Okay.
yo." Sure enough, dude, she was not fucking lying, dude. She went hard. And
Yeah.
she rose the ranks up there.
Yeah.
And then it's like but like you hook up with her and you see with some of these dudes, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Glad I got in early.
Thought we had a good time, but I guess not.
It's like it's a good thing you're into porn because you're a very good actress,
Yeah, exactly. Fucking
Oh
A.
boy. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough to yeah, I'm trying to think. I know that there's one girl in particular that I went to high school with that got into like amateur porn stuff that like friends of ours ended up like coming across, and then she got shamed for it, which she should. If you want to do porn, that's whatever. But you also can't be like act all crazy when people find it. It's like that you're putting it out there. You know what I mean? If you're doing like again, this wasn't like someone recorded it without her knowledge. This was like she was paid to go do porn. You know what I mean? Like the risk. You know what I'm saying?
Well, nowadays OnlyFans, it's like getting the new.
Exactly.
Tell you to go and be a doctor, dude. They just tell you to go on OnlyFans now.
Yeah, I saw a girl I know through mutual friends. I don't really know her that well. She's making like $8,000 a month on OnlyFans, and she's like small time. You know what I mean? So
I know a girl who we mutually know who just started one, and she's first week like $2,000 one week.
I mean, there's great like we were saying about the girls with the NBA players. It's vice versa for these guys out there. They'll do, here's my credit card. Let me rub your feet. It's like,
yeah, dude,
show me pictures of your toenails.
The feet game is so crazy.
Yeah. I'll show. Hey, if there's anybody out there, man, you want some pictures of some feet? I'll send you pictures of my feet.
Yeah, I'll shit on my feet, dude. I'll give you a double whammy.
Yeah, whatever you want. You can send me that Cash App, dog. Cash sign J Park 3RFL. Send some money, dog. Let's do it. Let's see it. I'll send you some feet pics right now. Shit, I'll put one foot in one. I'll put both of my feet in one. I'll put my feet in some food, whatever you want to do.
That's a good question to the listeners. If you have like some, quote unquote, weird sexual proclivity or whatever, tell us what it is and tell us how it's
we can
gone.
Expose it.
Yeah.
We can exploit it and get some free money from you.
So tell us how it's gone the first time you've brought it up to somebody, and like if it didn't go well, or if they were like really into it, or I'd like to hear a story like that.
Luckily, I don't. Again, we're not kink shaming, but luckily I'm not into any like off the wall weird shit. I know some people like that's their thing, man. They can't help that. That's like what they're into. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty standard.
Yeah, I haven't. There's nothing crazy for me. I hate when you do run into like back in the day, you run into a chick, she's like way too aggressive. Like like bitch, you trying to take skin off me or not? Like you instantly go from like like kind of horny to like kind of like fucking
I'm
primal.
I'm getting assaulted right now.
But it's like you don't want to seem like a pussy or anything, but at the same time, you're like, I'm gonna fuck you up, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I never really had anybody be like punch me or anything like that. But I did have some times where like, markings on you and stuff. That's no fun. That's no fun. That's the worst. It's like hickeys or like scratches. You're going to work the next day. It's like someone had a good time last night. It's like, go fuck yourself, Jerry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did not have a good time. That's getting cut out.
Don't be a bitch.
Hey, I'm not the one that's gonna have a problem with it. All right, so on to the next thing here. I don't know if you said you've been working pretty much like the last few weeks, and you haven't really been up on the news. But did you see this thing about the jetpack outside of LAX when the planes were landing?
Yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago, right?
That happened again yesterday.
Oh, somebody did it again?
Yeah, they're like this. They reported some guy that about 6
Who the
miles
fuck's
out.
got the jetpack?
Exactly. It's just crazy to me because it's like I didn't even know we were already there with jetpacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's been holding the jetpacks? Like,
well, there's that
jetpack's been
like a couple of years ago. He had that legit one where it's like a jetpack, but it has wings, so it kind of like because the biggest thing with the jetpacks is the fuel.
Yeah,
is it just burns fuel so quick. Like they've known how to do it for a while, but you can only get flight for a couple of minutes. That other one is like winged, and it basically rides the air and then it just assists when it needs to. So that dude, I think that dude was like at like 30,000 feet or something too.
Yeah, exactly. 30,000 feet. That's where they saw him. They were like literally about to land the plane. And they saw this guy, the fucking jet, like Iron Man. And then I went down this rabbit hole of like watching these fucking jetpack videos. And it's like, damn, like legit, like the cannons on their hands flying through the fucking air. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like that shit looks fucking dangerous, but also awesome. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, exactly. How do I get my hands on a jetpack?
Hook me up with some jetpack. Hey, anybody out there that has some jetpacks that want to send our way, we'll be more than willing to take those. Let me all right, so real quick, I want to read you this tweet I saw earlier that had me dying, man. It's why this guy, Dragonfly Jones, he's a pretty popular, Twitter guy. He's always coming up with some jokes and so has some good tweets. But this one is talking about the pandemic here. It says, not getting carded when you're masked up is fucking with me a little bit because it's like, goddamn, you can just look in my eyes and see that I'm not an overly optimistic 20-year-old. That spark in my eyes ain't even there no more, bruh. Life been beating my ass that bad. Which is true. I was like,
just give it to you. You can have it. You don't gotta pay.
Yeah. It's like, damn, I look like that. That's how it looks. I think collectively as a country right now, everyone kind of has that look in their eye. They're just beaten, they're defeated.
When I'm about to I was having this like weird like moment. I was walking into a store and I already had my sunglasses on. Then you put the mask on, and you're all of a sudden like catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, and you're like, yeah. I might rob this motherfucker. I wasn't gonna, but since I already looked like it, you wouldn't know who I was.
I was also thinking that like for security and stuff, it's got to be like tough, man. For like when you work in a place and you see someone walk in like that, it's hard to differentiate like who's there for business and who's there to fucking get down to business. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Fucking it.
All right, so I want to show you something. Before we get out of here, I want to show you something that happened today in the world of college football that I thought was pretty hilarious. So check this out.
Let him relax, let him breathe. He said outside the interceptions, there weren't many negative plays in the first half, and he said he feels great about his Tennessee defense.
I appreciate that on the defensive side, but the negative plays, there were 3 interceptions and 2 pick sixes.
Check this out.
I mean, Mrs. Lincoln may have liked the play, but she's not talking about
it. What the fuck does that mean, dude?
Abraham Lincoln's wife.
Yeah, that's so crazy. That's such a crazy statement.
Like, maybe she liked the play, but she's not talking about it. But it's true. It's like you go to halftime. It's like other than the 3 interceptions, he didn't play that bad. It's like, yeah, but he still had the 3 interceptions and a fumble, dude. 2 for a pick 6. What are you talking about?
So. Jesus Christ, I've never heard that thing. Fucking reminds me of that fucking the goods. I can sneak up behind you and blow your brains out.
Okay. What are you watching right now? What have you been spending time?
I've been spending time shit, dude. I've been fucking sleeping, man. But I did want to talk about one thing. Kanye's going on Rogan, I've seen.
They've been saying that.
Bro, they said it's official, dog. Him and Rogan were FaceTiming.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That'll be interesting if you'll let fucking I don't know, because I feel like they're just gonna argue, and it's like I don't know. He has some respect for Rogan, so maybe he lets. I don't know. I don't know what to expect with that.
The question is, how long can the crazy go? Normally, he's like saying some crazy shit, and then just gets off stage saying some crazy shit, and they cut to commercial. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's all in little tidbits. Now it's like, are we gonna get 3 hours of crazy? Because that'd be fun.
I would love that.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Because Rogan, I think he's just gonna let him go. He's just gonna,
he's pretty good at knowing when to back off and knowing when he needs to like reel it in. You know what I mean? So
I tell you what, I watched some of that Roy Jones Jr. one, and I don't know if this motherfucker's always talk like this or if he's got a couple of screws loose because he just you know what I'm saying? You understand me? Yeah. Like after every sentence, you feel me? You understand me? The reason I was dying is because we had this buddy, didn't he? Always fucking says that fucking right. You understand me? And Roy Jones Jr. was fucking doing it for real, dude.
Well, The thing with Roy Jones Jr. is he's been fighting for a long time. He's older now. He definitely took his shots, but he doesn't talk like that when he's on the broadcasts. When he does these fight broadcasts, so I don't understand why he was talking like that on Rogan.
I mean, every sentence. You feel me? You understand me?
Yeah, yeah.
And he definitely sounds scared of Tyson. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He definitely seemed. I mean, he was like, I don't know, man. He might kill me.
But
Not
also
a good way
maybe
to go to a fight.
especially from a guy like that, like Roy Jones, who's always been so fucking cocky and confident. You know what I mean? To hear that, it's kind of crazy.
Did you see Tyson on that Good Morning Britain shit
No, I didn't see that.
where people were saying he was drunk?
Oh no, I did see that. Yeah.
Do you think he was? I don't think he was. I think
No, I
he-
don't think so either. I think that's just how he is, man. He's in that mindset where
Yeah,
he
he's in
can't be
that-
bothered with that shit.
I can't wait till that fight, dude. I cannot.
Do they have a like official date for that? I know it's supposed to be
November 28th,
Okay, cool. Cool.
Thanksgiving, baby.
Yeah, we got a good UFC fight tonight. Ortega versus Korean Zombie, and then next week I think is
Like, why does that guy get his fucking like
nickname like that.
his
I don't
moniker
know.
as the name? Who else? You know what I'm saying?
Nobody, but
Nobody else gets that.
he does some crazy shit, man. He has some crazy knockouts. But as a matter of fact, I'm a pretty big UFC fan. I don't even know that guy's real fucking name. I think it's Young Kim is his last name, but I'm not
Yeah.
even sure. That might be incorrect. That might be another Asian fighter, UFC fighter. Also, coming up either next week or the week after, I can't remember, is Khabib and Gaethje. That's creeping.
Mm,
That's the next 2 weeks.
that's a good
Then we
one.
got confirmed in January 22nd. It'll be Dustin Poirier and Conor
What do you think
McGregor.
that turns into? A wrestling match or
Khabib Gaethje.
Gaethje's a big wrestler, so is Khabib.
So that's the whole thing with Gaethje. They talk about like he doesn't use his wrestling that often, but he has it in the bag. Like he has that in his bag of
Well,
tricks. So it'll be
he's gonna have to
interesting
use it
see.
against Khabib, unless
Not if he goes out there and knocks him out right away.
yeah, but Khabib's not really a.
No, I'm talking about Gaethje going out and knocking out
Oh yeah, dude, he's
Khabib
got
right
some-
away.
Yeah,
The thing is, that's what makes the fight interesting. It's like Khabib's fought in guys with knockout power before, and he just neutralizes it because he just holds people down and he punishes them. And it's like, well, if this guy stuffs that takedown once or twice, and it's like now you got to stand, buddy. Now you got to stand
Yeah.
with me and trade some punches because Khabib's striking's not very good on the feet. He's just not very
No.
good.
no,
You saw that in the McGregor fight, in like whatever it was, the second or third round, right before it all went to shit for him. Conor was tagging him up a little bit. He just didn't have the power to knock him down anymore. And he got lucky with a punch, and he did knock McGregor down. But like for the most part, the exchanges, Khabib did not. He looked out of his realm there, and that's his game is to smother you, get on top of you
GSP
like
shit.
a fucking bear. Exactly, get on top of you like a bear and just break your will. Make you just like be like, I don't even want to be in here anymore. And that's what happens to every single person. They just like,
I'll tell
I
you
want
what.
out.
I was impressed by that Polish dude. He looked scary good. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Jan Blachowicz or whatever.
He beat the
Yeah.
shit out of that. What was that? dude?
Reyes.
Ben? Yeah,
Dominic Reyes.
Dominic Reyes. He beat the shit out of him, dude.
Yeah. No, it'll be interesting to see how they deal with that division with John Jones, kind of saying he wants to move to heavyweight and who the next contender is there. That division is kind of wiped out right now with Daniel Cormier and John Jones out of the division. I mean, there's not a whole lot left there. So we'll see if some contender rises up through the ranks. But we'll see. So let's get out of here.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Just want to tell you, JFK's in my basement.
Oh yeah, today's the day.
He's
We're
back.
recording this on January. We're recording this on October 17th. And I just got your text. Oh man, did not know that.
That's who I was talking about.
Interesting.
Can't find it though. Can't find it.
Yeah, private. Maybe I'll be able to find it. We'll see. I'll have to dig deep. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Today's October 17th, which is the day that QAnon predicted that JFK Jr. would rise from the ashes, still to be alive and take over the vice presidential candidacy from Mike Pence and be
Yep.
Donald Trump's running mate. And then Trump this morning tweeted, he said a red wave is coming. So
The fuck does that mean, dude?
I don't know, but he has.
Where's
he has-
JFK?
He has some speech in Dallas tonight.
Does he?
Yeah, it's going on it should be in about 6 minutes.
That's pretty crazy that they set that up.
That's the way. No, that's the way that QAnon picked the date. That's why he said October 17th.
Oh, okay.
That date had been picked a long time ago. So
What if Trump gets assassinated too, though?
no, don't say that. Don't say that. Gotta clip that out too. I'm gonna have to clip all kinds of shit out of this episode.
Yeah, I think
That would
you
be
need to-
nuts, though, man. That would be
yeah.
insane.
You sure you didn't already clip your balls? Because you're being a bitch.
Like I said again, I'm not the one that has a problem with it. I'm not the one
Yeah.
that you know. Another thing is, you're not the one that has to deal with.
Do you
the
hate
backlash.
America?
You know, how crazy would it be if what you said does come to fruition and the fucking assassin is JFK Jr. He's like
Yeah, right.
takes his sunglasses off. He's like, now it's done. You know, now we're even. You know.
Yeah, that'd be fucking nuts. Lee Harvey Oswald comes. What if he does it from the yeah? What if he does it from the depository?
Same spot. He's like, see,
Same spot.
Lee Harvey Oswald could make that shot. You know.
Fucking A.
He's been training for like a decade, whatever, 20 years. He's been dead. He's
Yeah.
just been training to make that shot. Crazy, man. Crazy. All right, let's get out of here. Some good football tomorrow. So everybody tune in. If you haven't, go back and watch our, I guess it's already happened by the time you see this, but I was going to say, watch our picks episode. We'll have it out earlier this week for sure, probably Thursday or Friday. So tune in for that. Whereas we're hot right now, man. We're making some money. We're making you guys some money, and we like to share in the wealth. You know, we're just nice like that. Nice guys like that. So tune in. Again, email us podcastgame@gmail.com. Follow us on
Look out
Instagram.
for the Twitch too.
Yep. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter @scam_podcast. Follow us on Twitch, scam_podcast. I've been streaming my balls off, like I said earlier. Malcolm's going to hop in here soon once he gets his capture card set up, situated, and we're going to both be on there and come hang out. That's a way you can talk to us live. It's similar to us doing a live podcast episode. You come in, hang out, chit chat with us. If you don't have a Twitch, it's super easy to sign up. Go to twitch.tv and look for Scam Podcast. Scam_podcast.
I'll be on Twitch streaming with JFK Jr. So
Yeah.
tune in.
So
I
do
am
that.
QAnon.
So if you're listening to the audio only, go to YouTube, 2 words, Scam Podcast. Subscribe to the channel. Or if you're watching on YouTube, go subscribe to the iTunes, Spotify, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, wherever else you find the podcast. And if you're listening in the future and we're still alive, or if there's 2 completely different people on the show because we've both been killed, thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate
I'm
it.
picturing somebody comes to that door strangling you.
Me, you're the one that said the president was going to get assassinated. You're the one that's going to get brushed up out of there.
Yeah. Whatever.
But thanks again, guys. We'll see you next week.
All right. Bye.
See you.